everyone, this is Casper the Boy Diviner, and today I wanted to show you one of my newest decks that I got. It is still in bubble wrap, called the Trionfi Della Luna deck. And so this is by another deck by Patrick Valenza, who is very beloved by the tarot community. To be very honest, like his art, I think in the Deviant Moon Tarot is not really something that I am particularly attracted to. I think there is some sort of, I'm not that keen on shading and things like that in my tarot decks. I'm not into semi-realistic kind of shading, but this deck was perfect for me, and I always wanted a Patrick Valenza deck, and I thought this is as good as it will get. Alright, what a great box. So it's mainly also because I went to the US for work travels, and that's why I've been gone for quite a while. It was about a two week trip, and I'm not someone who makes a lot of videos in advance. There are some things about this deck that I did feel a little disappointed, but it's still a lovely deck, and I'm so happy I still got it. To give you some background, this is the second edition of the deck, and it's in English. I would have preferred the one in French or whatever, just the traditional language that they usually have, but I got the one with English text because this is what they have right now, and I had to get it before I left the US because I wanted to save on shipping. Let me read to you what it says. Trionfi Della Luna evolved from a series of spontaneous ink drawings created on wrappers of signed Deviant Moon tarot decks. Oh, that's so interesting. Originally released as a majors-only collection, we here at the Asylum now proudly present this fully completed tarot for your approval. Alright, I think they say that there is a little white book online. I think I went to the site. I don't remember whether it worked or not. Well, I will check. Alright, so just an update. They do not have the little white book up now based on that that link. What they do have is the 10 extra oracle cards that came with the deck. Oh yes. So this deck did come with a few extras. I think it came with the paradoxical coloring, which is lovely, which I almost got, but I told myself that I want something in the traditional color first, and if I really like it, maybe I will buy the paradoxical version. And a few oracle cards from the rest of his big collection. I think there's one, the Mildred Payne Secret Enhancement or Enchantments, something like that. I loved the extra cards. It gives me, the good thing about getting extra cards from other decks, when you get the when you buy a deck, it encourages me to actually explore and see where they're from. And I have a physical card that I can feel the card stock of, so I know whether I would like to work with that kind of deck and that kind of card stock. So I think that's really very smart marketing on the part of the Deviant Moon brand. But without further ado, let's go into the cards in this deck. Alright? I haven't cleansed it yet. The card order that I'm gonna show you is in as per how it was when I received it. Okay, here's the full. I think no one is new to this. I like that usually in most cultures they show one devil and one angel whispering on it in each year, but in this case it's both the devil and then the wings of an angel. So it kind of tells you there's no good or evil. It is really just a mix. Every decision has its effects. Alright, the Magician. So I feel like this Magician has more of the similar to the Tarot de Marseille, where it's more about duplicity and things like that. You would also notice that the everything here seems to be in multiples of 3. So 3 human legs, 3 wooden legs, 3 cups, 3 faces. You can see the 3 faces, his masked face, and then 2 other faces here. The High-Priestess. Focus please. Yes, the High-Priestess with book burning as the main message here. The Empress whom I love. So this deck has a lot of people who are not like, of course it's not a deck where it's about aesthetics and how good looking people are. Sometimes when I see those decks, I don't feel that comfortable in a way, especially when they're more realistic. But this deck is lovely. These characters are unabashed. They are so unabashedly themselves. The Empress here evokes more of a luxury than the actual resources and things like that. She is in the peak of her luxury. She is smoking. She has two faces. She has a peacock following her. It seems, she's still in the garden, so that's lovely. But this deck makes me think of opulence. You earn everything. All right. The Emperor. Old timey wimey. He also has a creature next to him, like how the Empress has a creature next to her. This one seems more like some sort of dragon griffin. The Hierophant. I love this. I love that the devils are under his control. So in a way, he dictates the story. He dictates what is being taught. He's able to take control of sin. That's how I see this card. More like to remind you sometimes the very duplicity of the organized religion, but how the story is being taken control of. Right, the Lover's card. Beautiful card. I love the depiction of the multiple faces, multiple breasts. The Chariot. This is my birth card, so this is one of the cards that I always look out for, and I love the blue on this card. I feel like so far this shade of blue in particular with the yellow is not really seen much. Justice. So traditionally justice comes first. I love the armor on this creature, this character. She looks strong, The Hermit. The Hermit is depicted with the hand gesture that the Hierophant usually has. Not too sure what that means here. But he's more traditionally a hermit, here he doesn't have that big robe. He is having a stick. He's trying to survive as a hermit. The Wheel of Fortune. Oh, I can't wait for the Little White book to be out so I can read more about these cards. Strength. Not traditional, but I love this card. I love how monstrous yet beautiful she is. I feel like this is about the amalgamation of the beast and the woman. So not only the RWS version is about a woman showing compassion to the beast, or she's taming her bestial side with her compassion. This one shows more of a unification, that it's not about taming your beast side, it's about accepting it and learning how to work with it. The Hanged Man, more like a cocoon. Death, traditionally unnamed. I love that. I love that the sword is right through his head. He cut it himself. Yeah. Oh, sorry about the thunder. I think it's gonna rain soon. Yeah, I love the hummingbird. I love all these little details, and I'm not sure where they come from. I'm not sure the symbolic reasoning. So I'm really hoping these cards, even though they are sort of a pip deck because they're Marseille, triggers my intuition. Like if I see that bird, what comes to mind? Temperance. Love the abnormally long neck. Love the traditional imagery of the cups pouring into one another, and the art of these cups are so Marseille. I love it. I love the one wing. It's not one wing. It's actually a pair of wings, but they're depicted, not on both sides, but one side. The Devil. So I think in edition 1 they had multiple versions of the Devil given. I only have this one. So that's one of the things about this second edition. You get one Devil card. the Tower. Another of my birth cards. Love this depiction. The Star. So this is the one I'm slightly disappointed about because I like the other star that they had in edition 1. They're not showing it here for edition 2. I'm not sure. I didn't get it at extra card, at least on my end. But yeah, I like this version so much. Sorry, I like the other version much more than this one. My brain was not working there for a minute. You know, this doesn't feel as impactful as the naked woman, you know, with 1 foot in the water, 1 foot out. This one is more like an astronomer. So I prefer the other version, and I wish I got that one instead. The Moon. With the creature sleeping and the moon above it, I feel like there's that kind of mirroring and that kind of again, the connection with the moon is stronger here. The Sun. I'm glad there are no horses, and I'm glad that this is like sort of the traditional 2 babies playing, but they are not babies, they're more creatures, and they're more sinister. You can see the sun frowning and how these 2 kids are actually attacking each other. Love that. Judgment. Fire and water and fear. The World. I love this lady, and I love the coloring of her skin. It reminds me of Kali. You know, she's dancing. She is so in tune with herself. You can see that in her face. I love this card. She's so cute. I love this card. I can't wait to work with this deck. I have not cleansed it yet. As you can tell, I go through quite a elaborate process. I cleanse card by card, and I pass it through incense as well. The Lightning. So I think this one replaces the Tower card. I'm still thinking if I want to replace it. I prefer the Tower than the Lightning. I think as most people do. So I kind of wished I got the alternate Star card instead of the Lightning. Still a beautiful card. Still beautiful deck. Right, let me pull out all the swords for you. So first, it comes ordered with the King of Swords. Very nice. And then the Queen of Swords, looking a bit ragged, tired. The Knight of Swords. Like this card. The Page of Swords. This one mirrors the RWS with the swinging. Kind of echoes the strength as well, you know, attacking the beast. And then it goes 10 of Swords. 9 of Swords. 8. Lot of blood, 7. Dragon Wings. 6. So I'm not really big on reading Marseille as of yet. I bought this deck so that I would slowly push myself to learn more about the Marseille, but I wanted the traditional Marseille kind of styling. I didn't want a pip deck, and so this was the only modern Marseille that kind of mirrored the styling. Because I got the see, I love the aces in this deck as well. I wanted to quickly say as an aside, I was thinking of getting the 7th Sphere Marseille just because I have the 7th Sphere Lenormand already, but it didn't mirror the Marseille as much as this deck did, and I really wanted a Patrick Balanza deck, and this was perfect. The King of Wands. Is that a flower? I love that. He's looking really distinguished. The Queen of Wands. She has all the backing she needs to do what she needs to do. The Knight of Wands. I love the creatures that they sit on. The Page of Wands. This is also very RWS, where the Page of Wands is looking at the staff that he has. 10. 9. So I see all these little embellishments that Patrick added, and I'm not sure what they mean. To be honest, I'm not even sure how I would read a Marseille deck. When I see the cards and the number like 6 of Wands, I think immediately about victory, because that's what I learned in RWS, and I have such a strong learning from that deck that I kind of associated with this more than numerology and things like that. So I don't know, am I supposed to unlearn what I've learned with RWS with the Marseille? I've been watching a few YouTubers who seem to prefer the Marseille decks more, like Tom Benjamin and the Wolf of Coins. Oh yes, I've been shouted out. Sorry, this walkthrough just brings me everywhere, especially because I've been traveling for the past 2 to 3 weeks. So yeah, I love that the little fingers out. Yeah, so I keep talking about things that I have thought about, like how Maha gave me a shout out, as well as Peekaboo Rose, I think. I haven't had a chance to really watch many videos. Those were the few that I managed to catch. And so I'm thinking of creating my own shout out videos as well, like to all the creators that I love. And just because I've been doing some research on the Marseille, those were the names that popped up for me. Okay. The Cups. The King of Cups. The Queen of Cups. Ah, she's cradling that cup. And I love that these are the traditional cups, you know, that is drawn. Knight of Cups. The Page of Cups. Guzzling, bloatedness. So, you know, am I supposed to read it like that? I'm not sure. Ten of Cups. I'm not sure if the original Ten of Cups looks like that in the Marseille. I need to do some research. I don't think I have seen this depiction before. Nine of Cups. 8. 7. 6. So they kind of split. 5. 4. 3. 2. See, this Two of Cups reminds me of the RWS again, just because of how these are intertwined, like how I can't even remember the term, but that term Caedicus. I don't know, the RWS, the Two of Cups, they have the intertwining of snakes to reach the lion's head, right? And then the Ace of Cups, beautiful. Alright, and then now we have the coins, the King of Coins. Rich, opulent, excess, gluttony. Wow, I love this deck. It's pretty dark, but in a good way, in a Knight of Coins. I love dark decks that have a sense of humor, and this is so in line with what I'm looking for. I haven't had a deck like this for quite a while. Like, even if they're dark, they're kind of serious. So I like that this deck has a sense of humor about it. Page of Coins. 10. 9. And from my research, it seems that most Marseille decks, they have the publisher or the creator stamp their name on the Two of Coins. I'm not sure if this one does, so I'm looking forward to seeing it. 5. 4. And then there's that shield, like protection, like how I always viewed the Four of Coins or Pentacles in the RWS. Oh, it does. The two of Coins. It has the publisher, where, and the date. Ah, I love this. And then the Ace of Coins, which kind of feels a bit lackluster compared to the other aces for some reason, but still pretty. And then these are the extra oracle cards that come with it. If you go to the website that is stated on the title card, you can see the meanings for these oracle cards. I have not looked at it in particular, but maybe I can quickly go through what I think they mean. So, trying to escape, trying to leave after being hurt, but still lingering hurt. Movement over water. movement forwards. You are in your element. Trying to find some salvation, trying to find thirst, trying to quench your thirst. Alright? Summoning the forces that you need for help. You're trying too hard to fit in places that you don't need to. You might want to leave these places instead. You know, if you don't belong in a community, go. Handling too much, trying to play too many roles until you are lost in yourself. You know, you're only seeing one face of a person. Don't forget that people play multiple roles. Sometimes people look fierce, but sometimes you know, compassion is the way to go. This also is number 8, and this reminds me of the strength card, especially because of the infinity sign here. Own your power. Make them bow down to you. Don't forget to dream. So those were my initial thinking, intuitive hits that I try to practice nowadays, but I'm going to read the actual LWB and see what Petri Valenza has for these cards. Is there anything else? I'm going to show you the extras. So these are the extra cards that I got. I got Rat, which is pretty sad. Like, I believe he randomized these cards, and I don't feel like I'm a rat, but the randomized card that I got, yes. And then the 9 of Wands. Am I too defensive? Like, even mailing me random cards, I feel attacked, but in a good way. Alright, and then I got this one. The Blood Edition, I think. You know? This reminds me of the story where my camera cut off. I think it was overheating, but I just wanted to complete my story on this. So this reminds me of the story that someone told about King Solomon, and how he decided who actually had the baby, and he suggested cutting the baby in half. One of the mothers says, don't do it. The other mother said, yes, sure, I can take half a baby. And King Solomon used that to find out who the real mother was and gave it to the person who said, no, don't cut my baby up. Because it's a real baby, she rather it stay alive. This is when both mothers don't give a fuck. This is where the mothers are like, I'm just gonna try to grab the baby. This also reminds me of if any of you watched Sabrina, this actually happened in the Christmas special. So interesting. Alright, so I think that's it for this deck, the Trionfi, which means cards, I think, or deck, Della Luna deck. It's really a deck that I think I can work with and start learning the Marseille with. So I can't wait. Alright, you guys have a great rest of the day. I hope this was a good walkthrough. It was a little long, so just give me any feedback that you have. And if you did enjoy this walkthrough, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate the support. Okay, you guys have a great rest of the day. Take care. Bye.